You know, say Nigeria, different dance now with the dance. You remember Daddy Shoki for here? You remember Daddy Shoki? Daddy Shoki came with one dance. So the guy, I beg don't knock it up too. Back to any raga where you see. Daddy Shoki made the background. No, the plan made the background. Daddy Shoki come one dance where they do like this. You remember them? What do they call them? We call them Kalala, Abi? Oh yeah, killer. After that dance, another dance came in Nigeria. When did they do like this? You remember them? What about this one? You remember this one? How about this one? You know Tiki? What about this one? What about this one? Azoto. They get one when they rain now. But before then, one rain before. They get one they rain now. When they do like this. Shakiti Baba. The dance I hate the most. Now the one when rain before Shakiti Baba. When somebody go do it. Are you an investor? How can a normal person be doing this? Look, let me tell you, that dance is for poor men. No, imagine now, His Excellency come here to do like this. Or imagine you watching TV and you see your president. Jam your heads together for yourself. Cameroon, man. I like traveling a lot. I've been to various places. The first abroad I went to from Nigeria was India. You have Indians work here? Indians in hustle here? There are plenty for Nigeria. Very stingy people. India find it difficult to pay you. India man called me for an event. Sunday done. I learned you are a very good comedian and a good companion. I want you to come and perform at our event on the 5th of April 2015. From 5 o'clock to 11:30. And you know, Indian man cannot make a sentence without moving his head. I asked one Indian man, Isiaq Ahmed, why can't an Indian man make a straight sentence without moving their head? He said, not all Indians. I said, but you are moving your head. He said, not every time. Indians, one American waka enter Indian doctor office. Say, hey doctor, I need to lose some weight. Man, I can too big. Doctor said, my brother, if you need to lose some weight, you have to do exercise in the morning and in the night. Americans say, man, I've been doing that all month. I said, you doing exercise in the morning and do at night. Then you have to check your diet. Take less of food and take more of fruit. Americans say, come on, I've not eaten anything food for the past 2 months. I take only fruit. Indian doctors, you've done everything humanly possible. You've done exercise. You've done jogging. You've done dieting. You take only fruit. You've not lost weight. Only one solution left for you. Americans say, come on, let me hear the solution. You have to get into trouble. Because when you get into trouble, you go to think and think and think. You don't live them alone. Indian man asked me, get done. I'd like you to MC our event. How much you charge? I didn't charge this guy so much. I just charge him 1 million Nigerian money. That is here, 2 million francs. Not too much. That's 3 million. Not too much. I mean too much. Indian man said, did I hear you correctly? Did I hear you say 1 million? To MC an event on a day. I said, yes. Can I ask a question? I said, go ahead. Are you going to pay for the venue? Are you bringing the food and the drinks? They don't know what to do. This money too much. Oh. I say, you don't speak Indian. If now you never speak French. I know Indian man, they like discount. Indian man want to buy anything, he will ask for discount. And they are selling anything to you, they give you discount. I walk into a shop and I ask one Indian man, how much is this shoe? This shoe goes for 20,000. But for you, I give 15. I saw about the belt. I said, this belt is for 5,000. But for you, I give 3,500. I saw about that shirt. This shirt is 10,000. But for you, I give 8,500. After some time, I said, please let me check your time. What's the time? He said, this time is 12:30. But for you, I give 12 now. The second place I went to is America. I thought when you land in America, automatically you are a big boy. I think some money that they pick up for American food. Now, don't let anybody deceive you. The first time I landed in America was in JF Kennedy, New York. When I landed, the first guy that approached me when I rode Metro the app was an American citizen. He said to me, hey dude, I think you're from Africa, man. You look good, you look fly like a shoe, like a pair, like everything about you, man. Come on, can I get $100 from you over there? I was surprised, $100. And you know, we Africans, when we go to America, we are quick to convert money. When they say $100, we convert it to our local money straight. So I converted $100,000, $100. He gave me $300,000. I said, for what? Who are you? Are you immigration? He said, no. Are you customs? He said, no. Are you police? He said, no. Who are you? He said, come on. I'm just a beggar on the street of New York, man. I said, beggar. He said, come on, can I get $100? Check in your wallet. You should get $100, man. I said, young man, first of all, let me teach you how to beg. In Africa, when you want to beg, you tell us some painful stories, some tragic story. Tell us how you left Kumba to Douala and your brother is not there. And you need to get back to Kumba, no transport. You tell him, I don't mean to beg you, but I don't know if I can just get 1,000 francs. When you are telling this story, bend your neck, get your chest stained, remove some buttons, let one shoe go. And the guy said to me, said, come on, I should do all of that for just $100? I think you're damn broke, man. I said, broke. So I told my friend in America, I said, there's this beggar that harassed me today. He said, because you didn't behave like an American. I said, how can I behave like an American? He said, first of all, when you move, put one shoulder down, raise one up. Then you go up and down. You go like, jeez. He said, then when you talk like an American. I said, how? He said, put men everywhere. I said, men. He said, I want to drink water. I said, I want water. Men. I want to eat food. Man, I'm hungry. Man. I said, that's all. Simple. I began to put men everywhere, even where it's not necessary. I said, hey man, can I get water from you, man? Hey man, are you going up, man? Hey man, when will you be back, man? Hey man, what's the time, man? Man got used to me. I got into a restaurant, Nigerian restaurant too. Hey man, you have the pussy soup here, man? Give me a pussy soup and pounded yam, man. He got used to me. I went into a church. From the entrance, I said, hey man, what's going on in church today, man? What's the pastor preaching today, man? The pastor from altar said, excuse me, man. Are you from Nigeria, man? I said, yeah, man. How did you know, man? He said, because your man is just too much, man. Africa. I love Cameroon. I've been here for 4 days now. You guys are all beautiful. Come on, put your hands together for yourself. If your African wife or your girlfriend catches you with another lady, what you do, get back to her, put one knee down. Baby, I'm sorry. forgive me. Madam will forgive, and the relationship would what? Move on. But African man, catch you, they shake one car, there's family meeting. You must leave the home. The only problem is that women can't keep short. Because you see a female ID calling us. Somebody's phone ringing, you will see Angela or Philo. The next thing, who is Angela? Who is Mary? Why is she calling you? The next thing, you take the call yourself. Why are you calling my husband? My wife does it a lot. Any female name when you just see was Mary call me. Yes, Mary, what can my husband do for you? Drop your message, I will relate it to him. The embarrassment became too much, so I don't save women name on my phone. If I want to save the name, I code it. If her name is Dorothy, I don't save it as Dorothy, I save it as doctor. If her name is Felicia, I save it as electrician. If her name is Mary, I save it as mechanic. So when Mary call me, mechanic will show. My wife will give me the phone. Take your mechanic is calling me.